Hey there, it's Mitch Jacoby, and you are watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug on your TV tonight.
But Daddy, I want to watch Monday Night Football.
Forget about Monday Night Football. There's no other thing we're gonna watch on Monday but Rabbi Doug.
Yeah, Rabbi Doug on TV tonight. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. Oh, everybody talk about
Hello and welcome to Tape with Rabbi Doug. We're here at Skokie Valley, Agudath Traditional Synagogue in Skokie, Illinois, and Yudi and the 50 Gates are opening up this concert, which is a fundraiser, followed by the reunion of Evan Shasia, whose members who live in Israel are here in Chicago. It's going to be a great time. They're raising money for Synagogue. We'll talk more about that. And stay with us here on Tape with Rabbi Doug. This is Yudi and the 50 Gates.
Moshe Skyer from the Moshe Skyer Band, and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
And I'm hiding the great face of Rabbi Doug. Watch him. Rabbi Doug. It's a wonderful show.
Thank you for all being here. We're back. Evan Chassia was on this stage January 1997. Seems like a few yesterdays ago, but here we are. Some of you were here. I was just saying, Peace School of Mitzvos. I didn't say those words, but that's the idea. Thank you for coming out, enjoying music, and those who are able, please, as much as you're able, support United Hatzalah. Enjoy. Thank you for your energy. Let's righteously rock.
Next, Rabbi Chassia, take Rabbi Doug.
and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
Oh,
that's it for part one here at Skokie Valley, Agudath Jacob. You'll stay with us hopefully for part two for more music with Evan Shasia. I've got Rabbi Alicia Prero here, one of the founding members of Evan Shasia, and obviously we're neighbors and friends, and I see him all the time. But when you get together with this band, there's a camaraderie that is not really explainable because you're so tight. You don't see each other all the time. Some of your members are living in Israel, you know, and you're all together, and then you come together and it just all clicks. It all clicks. What is it with this group of people, this chevra, this band, that makes it click so well, even when you're apart and you come together occasionally?
First of all, we are extremely particular about the arrangements. So when we rehearse, if we get anything wrong, we don't say, okay, let it go. Unless it's in the leads and somebody misses a note or something like that. But as far as the arrangements themselves goes, the timing, the beats, the rest, we work very hard. All of our compositions, even though there may nominally be one or two main composers, but we really put them all together. So we go over it and over. We practice a lot. We used to practice every week, every Wednesday. We used to
at Ellie's house.
At Ellie's house, right. Started out at Steve Rubel's house, and then about 25 years ago it switched to Ellie's house. And we've been there ever since, and we rehearse the same way. We make sure we don't let anything slide, even though some members of the band say, come on, let's go. We're very particular. And when you're very particular, it gets hardwired in your brain. So
that's great. That's great. So we did, you know, back in the 90s, we did a show of the whole band together.
Right.
We've been at the Jewish Festival a number of times together. We've been at an outdoor concert in West Rogers Park together a number of times. Some of those songs that you guys have done and recorded also in the studio have almost become like anthems to the Jewish community, because if you played and didn't play those songs, people would say, is this the real Evan Shasia?
I wouldn't say to the Jewish community. I would say, as I tell people, we have a microcosmic cult following. So our small cult following does count on certain tunes, and we do too. We enjoy playing them. We have, we put out 5 CDs. There's probably 10. I think there's like 10 songs on each, so we've done 50 songs, but there's 20 that are the most popular, and we choose among those. And popular doesn't only mean among our fans, it means among us as well.
Sure.
There's some songs that I really enjoy that we don't play because there just isn't a consensus to play them.
Let me ask you the big question. With Dr. Mark Friedman moving to Israel and Dr. David Margulis returning to Israel, do you think the rest of the band will find a time to go for a simcha to Israel and reunite there and play? And do you think that there'll be a time that the two of them will come back here in the next couple of years at the same time to play and be able to continue this chevra that's so tight?
You never know from year to year, but we have already played in Israel. We played at the Yellow Submarine in Yerushalayim. We played at Yeshivat Kerem B'Yavne and Yeshivat Shalavim, and we have a lot of family there. We tend to turn our family into friends, or our into fans, I should say. So we don't have immediate plans, but it's always ferment. We're always pushing and trying to figure out when the next thing is, and we love playing in Israel.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being with us. Remember, you could check out our website.
Thanks, Rabbi Doug. I have one more thing to say, which was many years ago. I went into the portrait people at the mall in Skokie Illinois, and to get some reprints of some pictures. This is before digital photography, and lady behind the counter, who is clearly not Jewish and not in our cult, if you will, said, "You're a singer, aren't you?" So I said, "No, you're confusing me." Somebody else, "No, you play in a band." I said, "Yeah, I play in a band." I said, "How do you know?" She said, "I saw you on TV." So that's you, taped with Rabbi Doug, right here. Here's Rabbi Doug, and here's taped.
There you go. There you go. You're the best. Thank you for being with us. Remember, you can check out our website, www.tvrabbi.com, where you can also see former shows on the web. If you want to email any of the band of Evan Shasia or Rabbi Pereira, just send it to info@tvrabbi.com. I will forward it to them, and I know they'll get back to you personally. Stay with us for part 2 with Evan Shasia here in Skokie, and we'll see you next time. Shalom, everyone.
This has been a tape with Rabbi Doug Production.